I'm going to show you the easy way to grow cocoa beans, also known as the chocolate tree, botanically called the Theobroma cacao. Such a beautiful fruit. The tropically delicious white pulp that covers the seed is actually the literal fruit, and it's so yummy. The cocoa beans are what literally makes the chocolate, but we'll be planting them, so we're making chocolate trees instead. First step, we're going to go ahead and remove the outer layer of skin, which is the remnant of the pulp, and we're going to go ahead and expose the miracle of life that is contained within. It is a bit of a tedious process because that skin loves to hug that seed, but eventually you'll get to the good stuff. And of course, we have to take a closer look at how crafty Mother Nature was in designing this seed. I mean, she created this seed like a jigsaw puzzle, y'all. I mean, look at this. You can take it apart and see how perfectly those shapes fit together. Look, I'm gonna go ahead and take this completely apart. I'm so sorry, little seed, but look at that. Look at that. And then if we press it together, they're so fit together perfectly that you wouldn't even know I took it apart at all. Isn't that amazing? Which makes this seed literally so easy to take apart and also crumble. And when they do crumble into tiny pieces, they call those nibs. And nibs are a very important process of making the chocolate that we all know and love. Okay, so I took you on the scenic route, but back to planting seeds. So we're going to take the seeds and submerge them in water and allow them to soak overnight. And this is just going to make the germination process a whole lot easier. It's a new day, y'all! Now, unfortunately, we've had quite a mishap. There apparently is some form of critter that is snacking on our seeds, and they have left their mess and their evidence everywhere. But thank goodness there were many left untouched, and look how good they look. I mean, germination on these are almost instant, and those tap roots are ready to rock and roll. So let's grow! So we've already pre-filled these pots with soil. All there is left to do now is to take the seed in hand, and we're going to go ahead and point the taproot downward. And the taproot is what is going to be growing into the soil, and we're going to go ahead and insert this into the soil into our pre-made hole. And the top of the seed I've allowed to remain above ground. I'm going to do that with all of the seeds. And that's even to include the ones that got damaged, these poor little decrepit souls right here. I'm just going to be just a little bit more gentle. And I put them into a red pot just so I can tell which ones are which, because I really want to see if these ones survive. And we are almost done. All we have to do now is to give them a little sprinkle with the hose just to water them down a bit. And then we're going to put them in very bright shade, but not too much light where it'll cause them harm. And this area right here is still very warm and toasty, and I do believe they'll do well here. Also, I'm going to make sure that the soil is not over or under water. They don't like too much water, but they don't like to go bone dry either. So constant moisture for these. And hopefully we'll have our very own chocolate trees. Wouldn't that be great?